Hey internet, so this is my Dehya build, level 90, she scales off HP, so you want her to be at high levels, or as high as possible. The weapon, it's free to play friendly. The bell, it's basically made for her, so when you take damage, you gain a shield, and it absorbs 29% of Dehya's max HP. It lasts for 10 seconds, and you can use it every 45 seconds. And while you got the shield, you increase your damage. It kind of works with Dehya because she's so weird. She wants to take damage even though she has no shield, so this kind of makes up for it. Okay, moving on to artifact set. Basically it is her set, Varukasha's Glow. I've totally butchered that, apologies. So 2-piece is plus 20% HP, 4-piece is it increases your skill and burst damage by 10% when you take damage, and it stacks for 5 stacks, and it increases maximum of 80% for 5 seconds. Okay, talents. So what I would do is level up your skill, then your burst, and your attack, in that order. You need a bit of everything, just because when her skill is on cooldown, you're gonna need to normal attack. Alright, so let's have a look at what Hoyoverse thinks. Pretty much what I just said. So skill, burst, and normal attack. Alright. So coming back to artifacts, you want basically HP percent and HP. Crit rate and crit damage also. So I've got HP percent, but I didn't get any crit rate, unfortunately. I'll show you my attributes in a moment, but I just try to focus on HP. So for this one we got crit rate, but it didn't roll into crit rate, which was a shame. It rolled into HP, which was alright, and once into elemental mastery, and none into energy recharge. So HP sands is probably better than your attack sands. And this one, it rolled into HP and into energy recharge. So HP cup, so this one was pretty good. It was balanced out, I think. So I think it rolled into everything once, I think. So that was nice. That's a nice HP cup. I would say having a crit rate circlet is better than a crit damage circlet, but RNG was not with me, so I got a crit damage circlet with crit rate. Not the best, but it's what I got. And I think it rolled once into energy recharge and twice into crit rate and once into defense, which isn't great. Okay, so my attributes. So ideally you should have 2 to 1, so 2 times the crit damage and once for your crit rate. The ratio's not that good, but that's alright. Alright, in terms of team compositions, so Dehya is just weird. Her DPS is lacking. Like, most players would prefer another DPS, but if Dehya is your DPS because of reasons, then of course, by all means, use her to her best of her ability. So she's an off tank. She wants to take damage, but she doesn't have a shield. And she gains damage by taking damage, strangely. And how that happens is because of the bell. Alright. So since she is a claymore, having a character that boost your attack speed, such as Mika helps. Bennett, he synergizes with Dehya. 1, because of the Pyro Resonance. 2, he's a healer. And 3, he boosts his attack. Also, a C6 Bennett actually works with Dehya as well. Mine's only C5, but for those of you that have a C6 Bennett, well, at least it works with Dehya. And I've got Xingqiu for damage mitigation. So Rain Swords works with Dehya. So Vaporizing works. Also, the Rain Swords reduce incoming damage for Dehya, which is great. So that's your reaction, your Vaporize. Mika's melt isn't really what you would rely on. The cooldown is pretty long. So you would use Xingqiu as your reactor. Now if you don't have Mika, you can substitute in for another shielder. But if you have a shielder, the deals less damage. But you may need a shielder to tank some of the harder hitting monsters. So if you don't have a Dehya, honestly, you can just put Zhongli or Kazuha for elemental infusion. Or you can have Raiden or Fischl. That works too. It's weird, like she wants to take damage, so you don't want to put a shielder, but she's kind of also frail as well. It's a weird combination. Alright, for Bennett, if you don't have a Bennett, I think everyone should have a Bennett because you can buy it from the monthly shop. But if you're starting out and you're a beginner and you don't have a Bennett, you can just swap it with Barbara. You get Barbara at Adventure rank 20. Yao Yao is also a good option if you want to do burning. Diona is alright if you're going for a mount composition. I would say those are probably the best healers that work with Dehya. Noelle's there, but you don't have a reaction with Noelle with Dehya. Like Crystallize doesn't really help. So I would say the best healers probably Barbara, Yao Yao, Chi-Chi, sure. Of course, Kokomi. I don't have her, but yeah. Sayu, sort of. I mean, you can swirl, but it's you could probably have better healers if you don't have the other healers. I would say probably not use Sayu. She can work, but it's probably better to have a different healer. For Xingqiu, if you don't have Xingqiu, I mean, you can get one from the shop, but if you don't have them, I would say just put a swirl in. Swirl or like electro reaction. So Sucrose, Fischl, that works. And any other substitute? I guess Mona if you really want hydro application. But Mona's a standard 5-star, so you might not have her, so I would say Chongyun is alright. If you don't have Xingqiu, at least he can give you a bit of attack speed when you're using his field, so that could work. And Jean, if you got C2 for attack speed, but again, that's like a C2 Jean. Not many players are going to have C2 Jean, so it's nice to have, but it's probably not your first choice. I would say Your first choice would probably be Xingqiu. Xingqiu, Chengyan, Beidou, Fischl, Sucrose. These all work. If you don't have any of those, Kaya. You get Kaya for free, so that works. And classic Zhangling. You get her at, I think, Spiral Abyss 3. Why Zhangling? Just for the AoE Pyro. Why not? Just more damage. So that's a free-to-play perspective of team builds. Alright. I know Dehya is like not the best DPS out there. There are way better DPS. But if you just like her aesthetic, her design, and you want to use her as a DPS, of course, I tried to min-max as much as possible. Alright. Thanks for watching. Hope you had a great day. Be sure to like, subscribe, share with your friends, ring the bell, turn on all notifications. Leave a comment below. What do you think of the build? Is there a better build? Probably. Alright, until next time, see ya.